This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
Hi, guys. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 1,
hey,
2.
Can I? I'm gonna write something down for you, Justin.
Yep.
Give me a pen. One of you. Thank you so much, my darling.
One of you what? What were you going to call us?
Friends of mine.
Well.
Okay. It's a company name and their product.
You want me to read this out?
Yes, I do.
You sure?
Yes, I am.
We're not allowed to do that, are we?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
It's the internet. We do what we want. It's lawless. It's like the Wild West.
Okay, hand over. Oh, yes. Yes, Treeball Mints.
Correct.
Yes, thank you.
Have you ever heard anyone call them treble?
Only absolute idiots.
Say hello to Shags.
Hi, nice
Oh,
to meet you.
Shags.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Well, that's how it's spelled.
Shags,
isn't
I'm
it?
going to have to ask you, these things in front of our faces, they amplify our voices. So if you speak into it, then we
that
can
helps,
hear you.
doesn't it? Yeah, that's how it's spelled, though. It's TRE. But if it was
Mate.
TREE, then it
Right.
would be...
Let me stop you there. You have let down geezers, not just in Beds, Hearts and Bugs, not just in the UK, but worldwide.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Sorry.
You've
Sorry.
shamed your genitalia.
That should
that's
be
Lord
chopped
Seal.
off, mate.
No.
Seriously, no. If you're going to call it Trevor, you don't deserve to have one.
What I'd do with that is, you're right, chop it
Yeah.
off and then I'd stick it in a polo.
Okay.
We'll keep it cool.
I could say something there.
You could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Probably best you don't,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, I was going to say
Okay.
measurements.
Now, welcome to this week's podcast. Today, the role of Catherine Boyle is played by the Shagatola,
Hello.
the Shagster.
That's me.
Don't.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
The Shagmeister
I
General.
was enjoying that.
Of course you were.
Yeah.
You've not deserved it.
Oh,
You've not
okay.
earned it. Kelly's written the script. Thank you, Kelly.
You are welcome.
I am. Dealey's brought the swag,
Thank you.
and I really need a poo. I've needed
Okay.
one since 6 o'clock this morning, and I've just not.
I thought you seemed more bouncy.
We're gonna go into the script. I'm gonna play the part of Iain, the presenter. Justin, who are you playing today?
Myself, J-Dog.
Okay, Kelly, you're going to be playing
The trumpet.
that guy. That guy is so crazy. And Shags, you're playing the part of
I'll be the Shagster.
No.
No?
Said it already, mate.
What? Catherine. Oh, yeah, I'm Catherine, aren't I? Sorry.
Okay, here we go. Let's. I've not got my computer. Well, I have it on my lap, but it's packed up. I mean, no, it's not broken. I've packed it away.
Yeah, I can see.
So I can't play any theme music. So imagine some theme music.
Da-da-da.
Ding, ding. Hi there. Welcome to this week's podcast. I'm Iain Lee. It's basically the boob, the bum, the neck, and indeed the perineum of my show. It's the best bits. Here's the gist of Monday's show. Bear with me, guys. Hang on a sec. Give it with me. We'll do the show in a second.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for
It's tempting, isn't it?
8786.
It's tempting to let the number go. I got the wrong fader there.
Please leave a message
That was close.
after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Morning, Kelly. It's Iain Lee here. Just wondered if you were going to, I don't know, come in for work or anything this morning. It's 6:10. Be really handy if you did, as it's quite a busy morning, and as you know, Kath isn't here. So, just we're here until 9. So rock up any time you want. All right, is that all right, my darling? Thank you so much. Ta-ta. Deary me. If you want to be Kelly this morning, you can. 03459 455 555. Let's go to Shaggy, who's producing this week. Good morning, Shags.
Good morning.
Shags, how many phone calls have we got?
None.
Why? Why have we got no phone calls?
Is it my fault?
Yeah, who sat... Dealey, he just asked, is it his fault? Who sat by the phones?
Oh, it's my fault.
That guy.
Yeah.
Right? That guy.
I'm really quite, friendly to talk to.
You're too friendly, and that's the problem.
Well,
Since, and I can't mention any names on air, so I'm going to say these names all off air. Since, and we're not allowed to be too friendly.
Yeah, you got a good point there.
Yeah, well, you're not even allowed to have a good point anymore.
Sorry,
You're not allowed to have a good touch, a good
That's
point.
outrageous.
Exactly. We have to stand. We have to salute. Prince is in the building.
Yes,
Morning,
he is.
Prince. Morning, Prince. Yeehaw! Prince is out. He's our temporary cleaner at the moment.
Yeah.
He's our temporary cleaner.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think he's a top bloke. He
Yeah.
comes in and the thing is, he looks like a geezer. Comes on a little foldaway girls' bike.
Yes,
which
he does.
I think has to be respected. We'll get Prince on the show a bit later on. Maybe Prince could be Kelly. I don't know if you've noticed. Kelly
Yeah.
Betts has not turned up for work.
No, I am more than willing.
Yeah.
Your name's above the door.
Yeah.
Say you want to play it.
Yeah.
I've got a satellite truck. Haven't got a radio car anymore. I've got a satellite truck.
fancy.
Yeah, I can take it to a house if you want and go and wake her up. It's up to you.
Yeah, go and do that, and let's hope that nothing serious has happened. If it
Yeah.
has, well, great radio. Our normal cleaner is a guy called Malcolm. He's a nice guy. I like Malcolm. It's my dad's name. He's a nice guy. He's been usurped, nay, replaced recently by a young lad who comes in, and his name is Prince, and Prince is funky. Prince, you're joining us. You're replacing Kelly Betts this morning. How's it feeling?
Wow. Amazing.
Is it? Does it feel amazing? Do you feel that this could be the turning point for your life?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Prince. How old are you? And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm 22.
Oh, he's a boy.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
Whole life ahead of him.
How old are you, Shags?
27.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm working with children. I'm getting paid extra for childcare. What do you want to be when you grow up, Prince?
Well, at the moment, I'm an accounting and finance student, so probably working with...
He's got more brains than you and me put together. Flippin' heck. All right, let's see if you'd be any good at accountancy. 6 times 9.
6 times 9. Whoa. That should be...
This isn't looking good.
This is not your. I'm afraid.
No, not the multiplication type, because in accounting, we don't do those kind of stuff.
Okay.
We normally do income statements.
Okay, supposing I earn £120,000
Yep.
A year, how much tax do I have to pay?
Probably 10% of that.
I want you as my accountant.
Yeah,
this
that's
guy's better than my accountant. I want you as my accountant, Prince. Who's been the rudest presenter that you've met here at BBC Three Counties Radio? Has there been someone really nasty? Nick Hoffer or Jonathan Vernon Smith or Justin Dealey? They've been rude to you? Has Justin Dealey been rude to you? Because I can probably put in a claim.
Everyone seems to be quite nice, yeah, really.
Okay. This is the thing about the BBC. They seem to be quite nice, Prince. They seem to be quite nice. But deep down, they're not. Listen, I will let you get back to your cleaning duties. You're a very good sport, and I appreciate you coming in. One final question.
Yep.
Do you know who Chris Froome is?
Chris Froome.
Chris Froome. Bearing in mind you came to work on a bicycle this morning.
Yep.
Do you know who Chris Froome is?
Not really, but because it's a bike kind of thing. Is he a bikey guy or something?
He's a bikey guy!
I tell you what, this guy has got one of the strongest vibes I've ever witnessed and experienced at the BBC. I love Prince.
Prince, listen, we decided we're going to make this gig permanent if you want.
All right.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Prince is the temporary cleaner. We're quite happy to... Sorry?
Who's this guy?
What's this? Oh, Kelly's. This is Prince. He's the new you.
Oh.
So you were late by an hour.
Yeah.
So Prince is gonna. Prince, go on. Prince,
So,
Prince,
Should
say
I go
so.
and clean?
Yeah, I think you should. You look disgusting.
Yeah, that should be
Prince, say something funny. Show her how it's done. Go on. Say something funny like you did earlier. Go on. Go on. Go on, Prince.
She's cute.
You are a legend, Prince. Sorry, Kels, you've been replaced. You've been usurped. We don't need you no more. Ta-ta. Now, am I correct in thinking that's when you didn't bother turning up for work?
It's when I was late. I did bother turning up eventually.
You bothered me by Thursday Shags producing a radio show.
Yeah. It's a big day.
It was a big. It was a Monday.
Yeah.
Which is a very big day. Tell us how you felt when you realised your wingman, your right-hand man, your Danielson, hadn't even bothered to show up.
I was lost and I was in the wilderness for a while, but thankfully, you know, with a person like Prince to step into the breach, you know, we were so fortunate.
All right, mate. All right, don't big up your part.
Sorry.
Justin, just ignore this next bit.
Yeah.
Here's Justin Dealey believing a massive lie.
What?
Don't worry
Nothing.
about it. I have to express a vested interest. I am a doctor. I'm not anymore. Thanks to a
What?
lot of the British legal system.
What?
I
You used to be a doctor?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No,
Did you not know that?
No, I promise you, hand on heart, I did not know that.
I used to be a doctor, and then there was
What, GP? A doctor of what?
I was a paediatrician, so kids.
No way.
Yeah. Honestly, and then there was a case, and they stripped it.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know. I thought you knew that.
No, I promise you, I didn't know that.
It's all on Wikipedia.
Oh,
Well,
that's
it's
a
on
great
Wikipedia,
story.
so- but also, I've got relatives who work in the NHS, and I've used the NHS, and I've got a cousin who's a doctor, and my father-in-law's a doctor in various hospitals. They work flipping out for
course they do.
hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours. A game of rich poker.
Oh yeah, do you want to play Rich Poker?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
You start.
Big Richard.
Little Richard. Justin. Who's Big Richard?
I don't know actually.
You've got to be real people.
Yeah, it's got to be real.
Isn't he from like Robin Hood or something?
No, that's Little John. Big Richard. I don't think there's anybody that's got the name Big as a prefix to another name.
Big Daddy.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
It's okay.
The exception that proves the rule.
Okay.
That proves the rule.
I'm sure there's a Big Richard out there somewhere.
Well, there's not. So
right.
start again. Otherwise, we disqualify from your own
okay.
game.
From rags to riches.
I like that, Little
Thanks.
Richard.
Okay. Former colleague of ours and owner of a very famous hotel, Richard Williams.
King Richard II.
Oh, look at him with his Shakespeare! Oh, I went to school, and not only did I go to school, I paid attention.
Rich.
Yep, I like that one. Richmond.
Okay, I'm going to give you two here in one. He's rich and he's a rich. Richard Branson.
Hey!
I thought he was going to do mine. Mine's just Richie Rich.
Oh!
Cliff Richards.
Controversial. Okay. Ritual. What is wrong with that?
Doesn't count.
No, I'll give you that.
Of course you can have ritual.
No.
Do I say ritual?
What, it's not even spelled the same. It doesn't have
All
a
right,
C
sorry,
in it.
I'm sorry.
It's ritual.
Trebor.
All right, yeah.
Your turn, Just.
Rich from 5.
Boom, shakalak. Slam dunk da funk. No, it doesn't count. Shags. No, that one doesn't count, Shaggy. That doesn't count.
I'm lost. Yeah. I'm done.
Oh, do you want some? I tell you what, let's give him some thinking music. Let's give him a little bit of thinking music.
Shaggy's in the house, oh Shaggy, Shaggy, I love Shaggy. That jumper is meant for Christmas and not July. Shaggy, Shaggy,
It's like Christmas out there.
Shaggy, 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 Shaggy.
I'm feeling pressure. I can't think of anything.
Shaggy, Shags,
Shag, shag,
Shags,
Shags with the
Shag.
big bell. Shags.
Richard? You've done Little Richard, haven't you?
Yes, mate.
sorry.
Disqualificaziano.
Sorry, I'm out.
Betsy's.
Is Pritchard something?
Is Pritchard something? Well, yeah, it's a wrong answer. Disqualified. Go on, what's yours?
Richard Madeley.
Oh, mate, but you're out. My turn. Richard Madeley. It's just me and you, deals. Head to head.
Okay,
Mano and mano.
Wait, what happened to me?
You said is Pritchard something. So
I think it is though.
it's not in this game.
I'm gonna Google it.
I'm going to go with Richard Bacon. Richard Bacon.
Is that Richard Bacon? Okay.
Pritchard is something, so
Okay,
I'm gonna have it.
Well, you can have it in
So
your...
I'm back in the game.
What is it?
It's a dental surgery,
Oh,
and also Harold
find
Arthur
one.
Pritchard is a philosopher,
All right.
so I'm
it's,
having it.
It's my turn, and I go with Keith Richards. Have a listen to this. What a convoluted link into a not
I
particularly
know,
good bit of
I
radio.
didn't have anything else to say on it.
Hellraiser Keith Richards has revealed he still often kickstarts his day smoking cannabis, age 71. The Rolling Stone legend told how he's been unable to kick his weed habit despite giving up his other vices. He admitted,
I smoke regularly an early morning joint, strictly California.
Rocker Keith told Mojo magazine,
One of the most pleasant things to watch is a map of America, where it goes green, green, green. Whether it's good in the long run. What was I saying?
You took this.
You need one of these.
Thank you,
You need
mate.
one of these. Fantastic.
Thank you very much indeed.
Well
You've
done.
taken Keith Richards to the streets.
Yes, this picture, what in the Daily Mirror today, the picture of Keith. We've been out on the streets this morning asking, is this man an absolute disgrace? Still smoking cannabis every day at the age of 71. Just to warn people, there is some slang coming up in this report.
There's foul language.
Yes, some foul language as well.
Should we? The foul language is zoot.
Yep.
Fart.
Yes, the F word's in there as well.
And there's another word.
There's something else in there as well. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
It's got a little bit tense out there this morning.
Get
with
out
this
your
picture.
get out your swear word bingo cards. It could be someone could be a winner. We could get a full house. Let's have a listen to this.
Sir, is this guy an embarrassment or a legend?
It'd be an embarrassment. Smoking zoot.
Smoking what?
Spliff.
Madam, look at Keith Richards. Do you know who that is?
Well, I've seen him about. He's one of the what group is it? I don't know. I don't really.
One of the Beatles.
No, not the Beatles.
Searchers.
No,
Kinks.
no,
The Bachelors.
no,
Jerry and the Pacemakers.
no,
Brian Paul and the Tremolos. The Barron Knights.
no.
Thin Lizzy.
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones. That's the one. That's the one. We got there in the end. So that picture, seeing Keith this morning, hearing about his views, is he an embarrassment?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Strong views. Thank you, madam. Take care. Richard. Keith Richards. Look at the state of him. Is he an embarrassment?
It's up to him what he does, isn't it? Really, it's his business, nothing to do with me. My life doesn't have anything to do with him, and his life has nothing to do with me. So, end of the day, who gives a monkeys what some old fart does in their old time? Him walking around. If he's walking around the street smoking it, then do something about it. But the old bill and the government and the courts seem to do jack about him smoking weed.
Keith at 71. What a mess.
Absolutely.
He's still smoking cannabis every morning, so he says. Is that man an embarrassment?
Yep. Absolutely.
Thank you, madam.
You can say, isn't it?
So, what do you think about this picture of Keith here?
Very bad, very bad. He shouldn't be doing it, not at his age. And what influence does it give to the young generation? I don't know.
I mean, looking at that picture there of Keith doing his thing, what's the first thing that comes into your mind when you see a picture of Keith Richards? What do you think?
He does look his age. He does, he really does. I'll tell you what, I think he's an idiot.
He sends his best regards to you as well. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
03459 455 555. Weekdays between 6 and 9. That's the best way to get on my show. And if you're really good, you might make it into the podcast. Make sure you're better than these plums, though, because they didn't make it. Well, obviously, they're in the podcast.
Filler.
All filler, no killer. Morning, Leslie.
Good morning, Ian.
Leslie, it's so great to hear your voice. Where have you been, brother?
I've been around, like always.
Yeah, round, round, get around, you get around. Get around,
Yeah,
round,
exactly.
round, you get around. You get around from town to town. You're a real cool head. You're making real good bread. You're getting bug driving up and down the same old streets. You gotta find a new
Ian.
place. Yes, Leslie.
Ian, talking of bread, one of my favorite pop stars.
Sorry?
Bread, the group.
Oh, really?
Yes.
One of your favourite groups of all time is
One of my favorite
Bread?
pop group. Yeah, Bread, yeah.
But with the greatest of respect, aren't Bread one of the blandest groups of all time?
No, the Guitar Man, that's brilliant.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm genuinely surprised.
Rod Stewart, one of my favorite.
This is Leslie's favourite band, and he wants to make it with you. Sing along, Leslie.
Hey, have you
Fantastic.
You going to sing along, Les?
I don't know the lyrics.
Okay, well, that's how much you like them. That's how much you like them.
Maybe
turning on the to yes. Here we go. I know this bit. I wanna make it with you. And by make it, I think we know what he means, don't we, Leslie?
Exactly.
Exactly. Can I ask you a question, Leslie?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is it about Bread that is so good? The band, not the sandwich.
You just got fantastic voice.
Yeah, innit? I wanna make it with you, Mr. David Gates. What have we called him for? Yeah, what? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah.
What?
I'm a Rolling Stone. I don't understand the lyrics or the music.
I only recently found out the lyrics for which one is it? Which one is about rape and murder? Which one is that? It's either Gimme Shelter or Sympathy for the Devil. Either way, it's blooming horrible. And the fact I've heard that song for the last 40 years and only recently found out the lyrics, what they mean and what they are, shows just how bad Mick Jagger's what's the word I'm thinking of, Shags?
Mind?
Diction is. The friction of the diction. Leslie, are you calling us from space or from Los Angeles in the 80s or something? Because there's a really weird delay between me finishing a sentence and you being silent.
I don't know. I'm in a dodgy area in my flat. I'm calling from your old town.
A dodgy area in his flat. What is that? Is that the dungeon? He's not said no. That's the fun quotient of the podcast done. Now on to the serious bit. And this bit is actually very serious. And it's a really touching story. We spoke to the family of a woman with learning disabilities who died at the Lister Hospital in Stevenage. And she told us that the death was avoidable. A coroner found there was a gross failure in the care and treatment of Eileen Smith. Well, I spoke to Angela Thompson, the director of nursing at the Lister Hospital, and it was a little bit frustrating. How could people get it so wrong?
Well, that is a good question. We, as an organisation, realised as soon as we got Mrs. Dean's complaint letter that something had obviously gone very wrong with the care, and both myself and the medical director, Miss McHugh, made a decision to escalate, rather than do a complaint response, to do a full investigation, which is an independent investigation to the team that were caring for Eileen, and clearly we found gross failings in the care, and that is within our report that we then sent to Mr. and Mrs. Dean. And a lot of changes have obviously happened, and I would like to take the opportunity again to apologise to Mr. and Mrs. Dean for those failings in care.
Have you spoken to Mr. and Mrs. Dean?
I haven't personally spoken to Mr. and Mrs. Dean. I'm very happy to speak to Mr. and Mrs. Dean.
Why don't you give them a phone call?
Yeah, I'm very happy to do that.
Give them a phone call after the show and just say, look, because I've had dealings, not as serious as this, but I've had dealings with institutions where we've been let down, vulnerable people have let down, and, just a phone call would have made such a difference.
Well, a lot of staff in the Trust have had personal dealings with Mr. and Mrs. Dean, and, personally I haven't, but I'm very happy to do so.
I'm sure they'd look forward to that. I'll ask the question again, though. How could it go so horribly wrong?
Well, there are, the report is there. There are clearly a number of issues that were found.
Could you tell them to us? Tell us how it went wrong.
I'm just trying to do that. So there was clearly a lack of escalation by the nursing staff on the observations of that day. And as a consequence of that, not only have we obviously undertaken retraining of all of the staff on that ward, and actions have been taken against various individuals, which obviously can't go further into, but also we have implemented an electronic observations tool which will do an automatic escalation to our critical care outreach team.
I'm going to ask the question again, because maybe I'm being done, Angela. How could it go so hideously wrong? I know you said that the report is out there, but I'm talking to you. How could it go so hideously wrong? And this 69-year-old vulnerable woman with communication problems be allowed to suffer and die like this? How could it go so wrong?
I'm trying to explain what
you're not. With the greatest of respect, you're not. You're telling me what's happened as a result of that. I would like to know how a woman like this could die.
It's, we've investigated and we've held our hands up, and, I totally have acknowledged that there were gross failings in
And what were those gross failings?
Night shift. A failure to escalate the observations on that night shift to a doctor. So they were taking Eileen's observations. She was with them throughout the night, and she was sitting at the nurses' station with them throughout the night. And as Mr. and Mrs. Dean said earlier, she was a very pleasant lady. She liked socialising and company, and that is what the nursing team found.
Had they read the purple folder, they would have known. Had they read the purple folder, they would have known that her communication skills weren't top notch. Why did they not? Why did they not read? Okay, if you're not going to give me the specifics, I'll come in with the specifics. I'm hoping I wouldn't need to. Why did they not read the purple folder?
some of the team did read the purple folder. I cannot say whether the actual 2 individuals who were on that night did read the purple folder. But we as a trust in 2012, we implemented a programme of improvement for patients
Which
with learning
massively
disability
failed and
vulnerable.
allowed a woman to die. Why did they not read?
Absolutely. And
Why did they not read
personally,
the purple folder?
I can't answer for those 2 individuals as to why they.
You're
did
the
not read
director of
the purple
nursing.
folder.
You're the director of nursing. Maybe I'm speaking to the wrong person. Who should I be speaking to that knows the answers then?
I can't answer for 2 individuals. We have promoted the use of the purple folder throughout this organisation. We also work very closely with our acute liaison learning disability team, who had come in on the day shift to see Eileen and her carers and the nursing team, and unfortunately Eileen was off the ward at the time, and that should have initiated a combined care plan. And
Okay, why didn't that happen then?
The combined care plan, because the acute learning disability liaison nurses, when they came in, Eileen was off the ward and they didn't come back. That nursing team is employed by social services.
Angela, very, very, very nice passing of the buck.
I'm not trying to pass.
Well, no, you are. You are. Let's focus on this. We know that the staff didn't read the purple folder. Why didn't they? That seems like a basic to me.
Absolutely, it is a.
Why didn't they read it?
Basic. They should have read it.
Yep. No. Why didn't they?
I can't answer for 2 individuals.
You're the director of nursing. Have you spoken to these 2 individuals?
The 2 individuals no longer work in the trust.
Is that because of this?
It is because of this, yes.
Okay. So you can, but you didn't ask them why they didn't read the purple folder.
It would have been questioned at the appropriate hearing, but I really cannot get into.
No, it's only a vulnerable 69-year-old woman that died. You're right. Let's not get too specific. The staff bleeped the wrong number.
Yes, they did. And we have put in place a new electronic rotor watch so that it is very clear what number out of hours to bleep.
How did they? Well, you're saying it was really clear. How could they bleep the wrong number?
They used a day bleep instead of the out of hours bleep number. And they should have escalated. So when
no one responded when they bleeped the wrong number, so they just thought, well, never mind.
Absolutely, and that's why they no longer work in the organisation.
Okay. Junior nurses made incorrect notes, which were misleading.
There was one retrospective amendment, and you can make retrospective amendments, and that's in the Nursing Midwifery Council guidance. But what the nurse should have done, and she held her hand up to this at the inquest, what she should have done is said it was a retrospective amendment, and she didn't. She just amended a note or made an addition to the note, which she should have put written in retrospect against, and she didn't, and she has acknowledged
Well, as long as she's put her hand up, it doesn't matter about an old woman dying, does it?
It wasn't. I don't think you'll find a consequence or a cause of death.
No, but the other events were. The death was avoidable, wasn't it? If there hadn't been such a massive cock up.
What our investigation found, and what the coroner found, is that there is a possibility that the death was avoidable.
Gosh.
It's very difficult to say.
Yeah, of course.
That a death.
Yeah, of course. But there was a possibility the death could have been avoided. That's awful, isn't it? That's awful. We go to hospital and we send our vulnerable relatives, elderly and young, and people with communication problems when they're at their weakest and the most vulnerable, and we hope they'll be looked after. And yet there is a series of cock-ups and mistakes that possibly led to a 69-year-old woman's death.
Absolutely, and the Trust have acknowledged that, and we have a large programme of work because this is a fundamentally about basic care, and it is basic care that we want to get right. But what I don't want is for patients out there with a learning disability or any other patient to be worried about coming into this hospital as a consequence of this interview. We have put in place a lot of changes.
Well, hang on a second. They won't be... No, I'm not letting you have that one. They won't be worried about putting vulnerable patients into hospital because of this interview. If they are worried, it will be because a 69-year-old vulnerable patient died, and there is a possibility that death could have been avoided if the staff at your hospital had followed the correct procedure.
Absolutely.
So please don't blame this interview for making people anxious. It's the death of Eileen Smith, and let's use her name. It's her death that might make people a little bit nervous.
And that's what I'm trying to say, though, is that the Trust have put in place a number of changes that have radically changed systems and processes to stop a number of those things that went wrong for Eileen to not go wrong in the future.
Why was it so hard for the family to pursue this with the coroner?
The coroner had information about Eileen's death and had made an initial decision that there would not be an inquest. When we do an investigation report, as we did when we got the complaint letter, that is usually shared with the coroner. But in this case, the coroner had already made a decision not to undertake an
Well, the
inquest.
hospital wasn't willing to assist and didn't forward the serious case review to the coroner.
We weren't asked to. We would very happily have done that. But
Well,
I'm
surely it's
very
just a... Oh,
happy
come
to
on now.
propose
Surely
that
it's
we-
just a matter of course, Angela. Leslie Dean, who's mourning her aunt, has had to do all the running around herself.
We will review our processes, and
I
would
really
agree
hope
with
lessons
you.
will be learnt.
A lot of lessons have been.
I bet they have. Isn't it a shame it takes the death of a woman for lessons to be learnt, Angela? You really... I don't understand why you don't just come on and say, do you know what? We completely ballsed up and there is a possibility that woman would still be alive if we had done things properly. I'm just hearing a lot of fudging.
I think I have acknowledged that. I said at the beginning of this that we did an investigation which found gross failures of nursing care. That is an acknowledgement that there were gross failings in the care of Eileen Smith, which I am very happy to hold my hand up to, but it's not just good enough to say that, is it? Because we have to make changes to make sure that that doesn't happen again, and we minimise the risks of that ever
Are you confident that Are you confident that these mistakes, either as a whole or individually, won't happen again? Because it's basic stuff. It's really basic stuff, isn't it?
It was basic stuff.
So are you happy that it won't happen again?
I am very confident that we will continue as an organisation and a nursing body in this hospital to do absolutely everything in our power to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
Oh, my stomach's rumbling.
Shut up, Shags.
Shut up,
What about your
Shags'
life story?
Stomach. Eat something with your mouth.
Eat a treble.
Here's Margaret. Oh, Lord Sewell. That guy, I mean, really, what a naughty, naughty man. So naughty. Here's Margaret talking about him.
I think we should give the bloke a medal. I mean, if that's all the dirt they can find on him, he hasn't been fiddling with children, he hasn't murdered anybody, he hasn't fiddled his taxes. I'm sure if he was doing any of that, they would have found that. If that's all the dirt they can find on him, I mean, look at the people he mixes with in Parliament. They probably tried to persuade him to do some right dodgy things. And if that's the only thing they found him to do, give the bloke a medal.
And I'm not for 1 second, Margaret, saying I condone or approve or disapprove of what he did. He did it in the privacy of his own home. Has no impact on my life whatsoever. Couldn't care less. And I feel sorry for him because we've all done, we've all got weird things that get us going. We've all done odd things or things that we wouldn't... Imagine a picture of you, Margaret, on the front page of all the newspapers in an ill-fitting...
Buy it.
Well, I don't know, Margaret. I'm sure you're... But imagine that. You walk into your newsagents and you're on the front page of the newspaper in your pants and you're on daytime television in your pants and you're in your... It's humiliating, isn't it? No one deserves that.
Well, the thing is, where he works, it's a cesspit of corruption. And if that's all he's tainted with, well, he don't seem such a bad bloke, does he?
Margaret, thank you very much indeed. There we go. Do you feel sorry for Lord Sewell? I put forward the idea that actually he's been a bit of a numpty. Well, really, haven't we? But what a shining example he set to the youth of today. He got caught. Within 2 days, he put his hands up and went, I'm really sorry, I resign. How many other lords and MPs and public figures and councillors, flipping it, that drag it out for months? You're right, Just. You're going a bit quiet, mate.
Just waiting for you to speak.
I'm not waiting on a lady. I'm just waiting on a friend.
Yes. Good link.
Thank you. The Rolling Stones. Remember we played that Keith Richards bit about 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Rolling Stones were a signed band. Sorry, Kels, you probably haven't heard of them. I know you're dealing unsigned.
I love the fact, right, that Kelly produces, and is the brains behind BBC Introducing on a Saturday night. It's only an hour long in this region because of politics, and also because all the lads are cheering, get Richard Spendlove in. So we get to listen to, we get more of him, which is great. So I'm glad he was on here now. But they're unsigned bands. A lot of them, I'll be honest, are untalented bands.
Yeah.
But you've got this thing now that she can't listen to bands that have got recording contracts.
Yeah, because I did a programme about famous signed bands. So there's a little bit of beef there because I play the bands that everyone loves.
There is beef,
well,
though.
there is beef. It's a competition.
Can I just say...
It's not a
music
competition.
on music.
It's
Guys,
totally different. We're both supporting
Can I
music.
just say, even Gary Barlow and the Beatles were unknown once.
That is true. That is true. But
I'm
I play
giving
signed.
you content for the future.
This texter got right on my nerves this week, but in the dark I see the light. In the bad I see the good. This is nice.
Thanks.
In your text of abuse, I see a phone in. The texter whose phone number ends 7850. Jog on. Jog on, you sad sack. Second time we've done this story this morning. Second text they've sent in boring.
Well, do you know what?
Jog on, loser. I don't you listen to my show.
That person, go back and listen on the iPlayer to the parent we heard from earlier on because it was too graphic to play at this time. Go back and listen to that because we're talking about...
That person
do it.
won't get it. That person won't get it. That person's a
do.
selfish idiot that just wants me to sit here and talk about... What have you turned your 7-inch records into? Have you ever? Which actually is quite a good phone-in. Jot that down. We'll do that tomorrow. What have you turned your 7? Have you made a bowl? If you could turn, here we go. Actually, this is quite good. Thank you for this. If you could turn any 7-inch record into a bowl, which record would you use, and what would you eat from it?
I'll tell you what. How about
03459 455 555? Thank you,
Rupert Holmes, the Pina Colada song.
Oh!
Yeah, come on.
I listened to the lyrics of the Pina Colada song.
Genius.
Because it starts off, you hate the guy.
Yeah.
You hate the guy because he's cheating on his wife, right? Because he's got bored with his lady.
Yeah.
Right? So he meets this person in the thing. You know who it turns out to be?
Go on.
It's his lady who put the advert. What an unhappy, dysfunctional relationship those two are involved in.
Stitched.
The Pina, what's it called?
The Pina Colada song.
Thank you very much indeed. What song would I? What would you have? What would you eat in it? Would you have a Pina Colada in it?
No. Do you know what? The new beats, bread and butter.
And what would you eat in it?
I would put my bread and butter in that bowl.
Phones are actually going mental for this. All right, okay. In that case, if I had to 7-inch record and into a bowl, Musical Youth, Pass the Dutchie.
Get in there.
And I'd use it for my dog ends. No, I wouldn't. I would use it. I would use it for my rice and pea and ting. Yeah.
Legend.
03459 455 555. If you had to melt a record into a bowl, which record would it be? And what would you eat from it? Florence and the Machine, Mumford & Sons, Ed Sheeran. What am I reading here? Just some of the artists who are helped by BBC Introducing. What? How did you sneak that one in? Oh, I see why. Because this is she's right. A bit like this. Now, Serene Jean.
Yeah.
Right. You rejected her from BBC Introducing.
She's not local.
You found that after you'd rejected her.
Yeah.
Listen, we played. I tell you what. Let's have a listen to it. Protest songs. We are asking this morning: has music ever actually changed anything? And by that I mean a specific political aim. I don't mean bringing black and white together and stuff like that. We all know that was done when the problem of races not integrating was solved by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson doing "Say Say Say," and then just to cement that, they did it again with another song. What was the other song they did together?
That was The Girl Is Mine.
Don't waste your time, because the goddamn girl is mine. No, she's mine. Neither one of those.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
All right, Justin, I know you are, mate. Calm down. Not enough just this morning. OK, protest songs. What have songs ever changed? We've been sent this. What's her name? Floppy Gay?
Serene Jean.
Serene Jean. We've been sent this. Now, listen, the production techniques to one side, that harmonica kicks in, but just get to the word. Get to the words. Yeah. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. Here we go. Anyone that's laughing, well, hang on a minute. What have you done to try and change the world, you suckers? Here we go.
Ignorant, immoral, self-important thugs.
Yeah, we wouldn't say it to their face, would you?
Comprise the so-called Islamic State. They casually murder other people.
Spoiler alert.
These uneducated subhumans live a life of hate. These ISIS infidels are the devil's children. They besmirch the name of Islam as they do their harm.
There we go. Catch
They
it.
must stop
Study
their ugly vain posturing. They should fully study the sacred Quran.
One more time.
They should fully study the sacred Quran.
Now listen, and our tongues are slightly in our cheeks, but fair play. She's had a go at trying to do something a little bit different and to change people's attitudes.
Yes, absolutely.
You've taken this. I genuinely think this is the sentiment and the heart behind this song. Is it's all in the right place. She's in. I mean, the notes might not be, but her heart is completely in the right place. What's her name? Floppy Gravy.
Yep.
You've taken it to the streets, Just. What's the vibe?
Yes, I've taken Floppy
I'm
Gravy.
hoping there's a lot of love for this.
Yeah, well, I've taken Floppy Gravy onto the streets via my ghetto blaster this morning. I've been playing it to the people to get their reaction. What do they think? And also, will the message get across?
Yep.
Some interesting vibes out there. Here's what happened. Diane, I'm playing it on the streets this morning on my blaster. You've heard Iain play it as well today on the way to work. What do you think? Will the message be taken seriously?
No, not at all. It just sounds like a load of noise. No, it's rubbish.
There's a message in there.
She sounds like a prat. It's if it was serious, yeah, but it's not. It is.
She sounds like a prat.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
horrible.
that's pretty nasty feedback.
I can't help it. It's just nasty. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. No one will listen to what she's saying because she sounds so awful.
I mean, it's on Amazon for £8. That's a bargain.
I won't be buying it.
What's your name, Princess?
Irene.
Irene, what do you think about this?
It's horrible. Sounds horrible.
Raymond, this is the new anti-Islamic State song. Do you think the message will get across?
Yeah, it's better than Taylor Swift.
Dan, what do you think about this this tune?
It's pretty nice.
Out of 10, how would you score it?
An 8.
Thanks for your time, Dan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Very mixed, Justin, but actually quite a lot of positivity for that.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, we could have had more voices on there. People just saying, yes, I think it's fantastic. But we like to mix things up.
No,
Certainly,
honesty.
We like honesty on the BBC. We have to do honesty on the BBC.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. I would say there is a 60-40 split there. 60% saying they hate it, but 40% saying, do you know what? In actual fact, yes, I'm not a particular fan of the tune, but there is a message there, and fair play to her for trying.
And that's the thing, isn't it? There, whether you like the tune or not, kind of irrelevant. Trust me, it grows on you like a fungus. No, it grows on you like a fungus. No, it does grow on you, but like a fungus. It grows on you, but it's the message, isn't it, behind the song that is the key thing. That basically the Islamic State are a bunch of nut jobs. I would like her to go and I would pay top dollar to see her do that from Syria.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the point, isn't it? No, what have you done, Justin? What have I done? What have any of us done?
Yeah.
Really, in the face of Islamic State?
Nothing.
So-called.
Absolutely nothing.
Justin, thank you very much indeed. Kelly, her name is it Bent Dave?
Serene Jean.
Serene Jean, and you can buy this, just like on.
There's also it's an album, and there's a song on there called Splash about her cat. £8.85.
Funny name for a cat. I knew you'd like that. I knew that you would like that. That was good. I don't feel we had enough of it though throughout the week, so I'm just going to pick a number, Justin. Any number between 1 and 17.
I'm going to pick number 7.
We're going to play Wavy Stick Poker. Was that her name?
Yep.
Okay. So we've got our CD here. We're going to play poker. Would you like to poker?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then say, I poke Serene Jean.
I'd poke Serene Jean.
Here we go. Let's listen to what you've poked it up with. Track number 7. Here we go. Press play. This is called Inner Nature. Here we go. Jeez, this is 7 minutes 28.
Oh. I mean, it'd be worth it.
It will be worth it. Here we go.
We must be true to our inner nature.
You got the lyrics there, or do you just know
the
it?
purity within. Everything we ever need is there, enabling us to grow.
Okay, you lose that hand of Serene Jean Poker. Over to you, Shags.
Okay, I'll go number 10, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate, you lost. Kelly, your turn.
I want Splash.
Well, bizarrely,
What
guys,
track is Splash?
that's track number 10.
Can I have number 10, please?
There we go. This is Splash. She recommended this as being a good song that we can play on the radio.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Okay, here we go. It's 5.5 minutes long.
Perfect.
Oh, no, I think I've just played... Oh, no,
This
they
is
all
the same-
sound...
yeah,
they all sound the same.
Okay. Enjoy. Serene Jean and Splash, based on a real story of her having a wee in a men's toilet and somebody coming in. She thought the bar was empty. It was. But she was unlucky. Splash by Serene Jean. Cautionary tale of urinating in the toilets of the opposite gender.
My name is Splash.
Oh, no, it's about a cat. It's about a cat, sorry.
I was born in the roof of a factory. The daily noise.
Yeah, it's great stuff there, guys. Excellent stuff. We'll have more of that as and when. Now, here, so back to the script.
Yep.
And scene, ready?
Yeah.
Go. Here are some questions I asked this week. How prolific, Dennis, is your sperm? When was the last time you found a poo in an alleyway? And that's why I'm an award-winning broadcaster. And this is why this man is not.
You remember that lady you had on earlier when I
No.
was drying from the shower that was talking about the actual alleyway?
Who was drying from the shower?
No, I was drying while you were talking to a lady that was talking
I've got
about
to be honest,
pooing.
Brendan. Using the moisture of your body as a time method doesn't really work for me.
No, but you remember the lady you were talking to while I was drying?
I don't know when you were drying, mate. So again, that really is a very. I
10,
prefer
15
to use.
minutes ago.
We've got this great system I've invented called the clock. I use that to time things.
About 10, 15 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, you're the alleyways lady.
Yeah.
Hey, were you drying yourself off then?
Yes.
What a coincidence. So was I.
The funny thing was, I had spoken to her. I'd said to your lady, was the alleyway that they were using as a urinal or whatever
Yeah.
near the Morrisons in Hitchin? It's the Morrisons local.
Why would that be? Why?
Because that is where the bus stop is for Bedford.
You're saying it's the Bedfordians?
I don't know. I really have no idea.
Bloody Bedfordians coming over here, peeing in our alleyways. Let's go to Bedford and let's do a dirty protest.
I know.
Is that what you're saying? Because I can organise that.
I have to come up from St Neots.
I think you should come down a bit, mate. But yeah, go on.
I have to come via Bedford to come down to Hitchin that way, because otherwise I don't get free travel.
Okay. And when you're travelling, are you dry or wet?
Dry. Often I'm having a bottle of Coke on the route.
Would you ever have a small carton of Ribena?
I have had. We buy it for our corner club discos. We sometimes buy it in large amounts.
For the what?
Our corner club discos.
They sound like fun.
Yeah.
You can't buy them from Tesco's anymore, mate.
I know we can't. I have to tell May and Mike that. There might be the find one store that does it still in Rushton.
What about Capri Sun?
I don't know about that one.
Umbongo?
Not the sausage. I've never seen them or tried them.
You've never tried an Umbongo? You should. It's massive over in where is it they drink Umbongo? Oh, in Zimbabwe. Not Zimbabwe, in the Congo. They love it over there.
We have quite, and I'm not going to say, we have quite a few staff from over there.
From the Congo?
No, from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, well, that really is... and I'm sure they're lovely people, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're really helpful.
Brendan, there's a great call, mate. We'll speak to you again soon.
You take care.
This caller must have slipped through the net at Calais. It's Katya.
Maybe tomorrow I wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on.
One's got a fade on it. Speaking of fades on it, it's Katya. Good morning, Katya.
I didn't understand the fade thing and the Katya thing.
Well, that one of those words is your name. So if you can't understand that, would you mind going back home and sending over an intelligent one?
I'm not fading. Listen, yesterday, for the first time...
I can't hear you. You're fading.
I'm not...
You're fading. Yeah, she's faded.
For the first time yesterday, you made me think.
She's fading. You've faded, Katya. Speak louder. Don't shout.
Oh, sorry.
For the first time, what?
You made me think very hard yesterday.
God, blimey, I'm sorry about that. Do you have to have a lie down afterwards?
Actually, I was still thinking about it in bed.
Oh, are you thinking about me in bed?
Not you. The topic.
What was the topic?
Music. Has it changed anything in the world?
It's a good question, isn't it?
It is, definitely. And I think it has, but not for the better at all.
Okay, well, that's great. How has music changed the world?
Well, rubbish films, for example,
Yes.
they've become cult because of that.
Right.
Yes. The
Right.
one with Darth Vader.
Right.
Well,
So you've
it's not good.
did you spend all day thinking about that? Because that wasn't what I was talking about.
Okay.
You spent all day thinking about the wrong
did.
question.
No, no. And if dictators didn't have music, like for example Hitler, I remember seeing this documentary about that because of Wagner, probably is really not probably definitely.
What was? Hang on a minute.
Is evil? Yes.
What the hell?
Yes.
Was Hitler's theme tune? What was his theme tune? Oh no, hang on. Kelly's just sent it through me. Hang on. Apparently, this was Hitler's theme tune. Is that really his theme tune? You've got the image in your head now, guys. I'm not going to suggest it. You make up your own pictures. I want to keep this job. Well, so what? I don't know. What was Hitler's music?
No, he didn't have a theme tune. He used Wagner a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You've really.
His point.
Okay. So you've spent all day in bed, bit lazy. There's a lot of Brits that would do that job and would do it a lot better than you.
No.
So you spent all day in bed thinking about a question that I actually hadn't asked.
You did ask the question.
I didn't ask what was Hitler's theme tune until 2 minutes ago.
No, Kelly asked the question.
No,
She's
no
a
one
very
asked what
clever
Hitler's
girl.
theme tune was. Can we stop saying Hitler on BBC Local Radio, please?
No. She's a very clever girl. Actually,
Well, Katya, you've just proved that you're talking nonsense. Did you have a point you wanted to make?
Well, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Shags, your chance to shine. Don't anyone say I never give young talent an opportunity. No young talent here. So, Shags, you've got an opportunity. Sell us the best bits from Friday's show.
I'm going to blow this, aren't I? Well, I'm not. Okay, hang on.
I'll put it away then.
Do you want to know?
I just had it out to cool down. But...
Do you want to know the best bit about Friday's show? I'm not here.
Oh, mate.
I know, yeah, sorry.
Wagwan.
I'm going on holiday.
You can't go on holiday. No one goes on holiday on a Friday. And also, no one advertises the fact they're going on a holiday because, burglars would come and rob their house.
No, I've seen it. You wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, well...
How come you've seen it?
We're mates.
Shags?
No, just mates.
Have you seen this?
That is a weapon of mass destruction.
It's a giant it's a giant exclamation point. It's a bit of the new studio that someone has pulled off. I don't want to blame anybody, but Nick Coffer uses this studio, and he's got a temper of the Hulk.
He used to pull off quite a few things in the old building.
Well, I know exactly, and that is why I'm desperately trying to get us out of any trouble by sticking it back on. Found something sticky, and I've sprayed it all over the back.
Here's some stuff from Friday.
I'm looking at Colin Huller's Twitter feed. Can I read out some of your tweets?
Oh, I don't see why not.
Okay, this is from May the 13th. Okay, just went to cut something with a hashtag Stanley knife and thought, taking too many strokes to cut. Left the safety guard on, hashtag senior moment.
Yeah. Just shows you how dumb I am.
September the 4th. Overwhelming urge to tweet. Tweet. Who put that bid seed in my cereal this morning?
I know. Terrible, isn't it?
And here's one from May the 29th. It's hashtag FossilFriday. Hey, mate, you've just got up to 56 followers.
Have I really?
You've got up to 58 followers.
On yet.
You've got 10 more followers in the space of a minute, and one of them's our very own Scott Balcony. Hashtag FossilFriday. No, can't be Friday again, can it? Ophthalmosaurverts from Bedfordshire, UK. Larger one is 114 millimetres across.
That's a big vertebra.
If you send a picture to Justin Dealey... Oh, Scott, please. Scott, have you seen Indiana Jones?
No.
Okay, well, Scott's saying you look like one of the main character, one of the bad guys, one of the Nazis in Indiana Jones. And he's right, actually. You do a little bit.
Oh, do I? Okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Colin, Colin Holler, we will check throughout the show and keep getting an update on your followership. How does that sound?
That sounds
Let's
fine.
see. You're up to
Thank you very
59,
much.
Colin. You're up to 59.
Whoa! Next target's 100.
Wemmy.
Hello.
Hello, Wemmy. You all right?
Yes, I'm listening to your medium wave band.
Oh, I can. Would you be able to turn it off?
Yep, I've got echo in the background.
I know.
Hang on.
Hey. Ah, dear. Sometimes this job is really...
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Wemmy. Marvellous to have you on board. What would you like to contribute to the show?
I just heard your longest drum, and it went... I thought I was just phone you up.
Oh, okay.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I was
53 seconds of drum roll. Are you a drummer?
Nah.
Are you a roller?
I used to be a cab maker.
A what?
A cabinet maker in Berkhamsted.
Making what? Cabinets?
Yeah, furniture, you know.
Oh, yeah. What's the best... here we go. What's the best chisel?
The bevel edge.
The bevel edge chisel, of course it is. Correct. And then that's the correct answer.
Yeah, great. Nice. I always listen to you, program. It's always cheerful.
It's not very good today, is it?
That's not bad.
Did you hear that bit when I was talking about a really horrible story and then we had a guest on that didn't know anything about the story?
Yeah, that's right.
That was awkward, wasn't it? Now, do you like awkward bits like that?
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, good. Anyway, about a phone, right?
Huh?
Where can you hear a phone?
What?
Where can you hear a phone in Hertfordshire?
Where can you hear... Hang on a second. I'm just going to put you on hold for a second. The phone will go silent. You won't be able to hear what we're saying.
Okay.
Not talking about you. But I'll be straight back, okay? So you won't be able to hear anything. Is that all right? Yeah. Don't go anywhere. What the flipping heck is this nut job banging on about? Where can you hear a phone in Hertfordshire? I don't know if I mentioned that, or is he just a lunatic?
Maybe it's a joke.
Who put this...
It's a joke.
So, Wemmy, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, this new system don't work. Hang on. Okay, never mind.
I'll go tling, 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 tling.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Is Wemmy there, please?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
But you called me.
I know. That's why...
The thing is, I was just thinking of you. That is trippy. That's how I knew, because I haven't got caller ID on this phone, and you rang, and I said it was Wemmy there, and it was you.
Yeah, that's right.
How did I know it was you?
Yeah, you just phoned me.
No, you phoned me.
I know. I did.
Anyway, back to this thing. Where can you hear a phone in Hertfordshire?
That's right.
I don't...
Got it?
No.
Well, it's people... you know, a place called Tring, and if you take the T off, you've got ring, ring, ring.
Ring, ring?
Yeah, that's right. Ring, ring.
Gring, fring?
Ring, fring.
Gring, fring? Did you just say gring, fring?
Yeah, that's right. You know,
I'll have you up in court for that.
Yeah, I must go, because I'll get my tea.
Okay, then.
Okay, cheers. Anyway, all the best. Bye-bye.
Ta-ta. Guys, I like this show, I like this podcast, but what the kids want, they want to end on an upbeat song. Yeah? Should we all sing along, guys?
Yes. What's it called?
It's Sloppy Jack and his song, So-Called Islamic State. Here we go. Join in when you feel like it.
They should fully study the sacred
Quran.
They should fully study the sacred
Quran.
web.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.